Over 4,000 children or youth under the age of 18 start smoking every day. In fact, 1,000 out of the 4,000 continue smoking, and 1 out of 10 7th graders in Ventura County have experimented with tobacco use in the past 30 days. The Bus of Tobacco Horrors has been specifically designed to bring awareness about the negative effects of smoking to 6th grade students in Ventura County. Research shows that 6th grade is the most impactful age to start with an educational tobacco awareness campaign. This video is the story of the Bus of Tobacco Horrors, created by the Ventura County Healthcare Agency with the support of the Board of Supervisors, and its journey to the schools of Ventura County and mission to educate and stop kids from the deadly habit of smoking.
We're very happy to unveil the Tobacco Bus of Horrors, the 4th generation of that bus. In fact, over 15 years ago, we started with an older model bus that was donated to Ventura County Public Health, and at that time it had murals painted by the students and some local artists. Today's bus is a state-of-the-art, totally brand new program, new bus that has a lot of electronic features. It has still the murals and exhibits inside, but all state-of-the-art, very much electronic. We're just very pleased with this tobacco bus that is taking our education prevention message to the next level, where we feel that it's really going to reach 6th graders with a strong anti-tobacco use message.
We're here at Balboa Middle School in the Ventura Unified School District, and our students have the incredible opportunity to tour the Bus of Horrors, and we are thrilled that this opportunity will give our young people exposure to the absolute dangers of tobacco in their lives. And not only the exposure, but also that they take on the leadership role of educating each other, educating their friends, and ultimately reminding each other and holding each other accountable to be healthy, not only in their current situations, but in their future.
I learned that it's really not fun at all. And there's nothing really good about it. And then it just gets harder and harder to get out of. I like the part about the boy who was pictured, about how smoking tobacco made him have bad breath and all these things. And then I asked, would you like to date someone like that? And it was a good point, because really you wouldn't want to date someone like that. But then also, if you smoke, that means people wouldn't want to date you.
We like to focus our tobacco education prevention efforts through our Tobacco Bus of Horrors with 6th graders, because really by 7th grade, a good number of students locally and nationwide start to experiment with tobacco use. And so, in fact, about 4,000 children under the age of 18 start experimenting with tobacco use, and about 1,000 of them actually take up tobacco use every year.
Well, we decided to fund the program because although it's very common knowledge amongst our generation what the serious problems are with tobacco and tobacco use, we recognize that with each new generation coming up, somebody has to be out there to try to counter all of the efforts of the tobacco companies, because they have such an invested interest in getting young people hooked. And of course, they're not public about that, but they're very clever about that. And so you have to try to do what you can to counter that message. And each generation needs to be reached in a different way. The messages that work for my generation are different than the messages for Generation X and the messages here. So we just felt like we needed to make sure we had professionals that were out there designing things like this bus to find another way to reach the next generation of young people.
Well, I think the reason they start is because of peer pressure. And once you start, you kind of get addicted to it, and it's really hard to stop the longer you continue to smoke. Our
Tobacco Bus of Horrors is funded with tobacco settlement funds that are administered through our Board of Administration, Board of Supervisors, and the County Chief Executive Office. And so we're very pleased and thankful for the board support for our Tobacco Education Bus of Horrors. And it is funded with that program, and Ventura County Public Health runs the program.
Well, you know, that's always the great mystery, and one of my requirements is that we have to constantly be evaluating the message and seeing if it's effective. My own instincts after teaching young people for 25 years before I became a supervisor is that the messages in here about how unattractive they will become, that they will have more wrinkled skin, that they will have their breath will be much less attractive to people. That those are the messages that actually seem to sink home. Certainly they seem to sink home more with the young people in our house.
I saw how kids reacted to how, like, the statistics of how many people smoke and how many actually die from cancer or heart disease.
I do think it's important because a lot of times if you don't know really about this sort of thing, then it can take you by surprise. And so it's really nice, especially for sixth graders, to know about it, because pretty soon they might start seeing things and they might not be informed about it. And then if they get to come and see the tobacco bus, then they learn all about it and they can know right away, oh, that's not good, I shouldn't do that.
Yes, I have relatives that smoke, and my dad was smoking for over 10 years and he quit 2 years ago. And we are really proud of him. My family and I are really proud of him.
I think a lot of times it's because they have friends that are smoking or maybe talking about it, and they feel like if they're friends with them, then they should do it too. And that way it could be sort of a group thing, like, oh, we all smoke together.
I saw how many people get affected by smoking tobacco and how it affects you, and it can cause severe damage to your body and lungs and stuff.
Only 13% of people in Ventura County actually smoke, which means 87% of the people don't at all, which is really good.